listeners, how you're doing? I hope you're doing well. Today we're gonna talk about books, specifically festive books. I have gathered all the festive books I would like to read this season. And we'll see how many I can get done. Because, to be fair, a lot of these were on my list last year. So, we'll see. To be fair, I would also like to participate in Cleo's readathon. It is another round of game nightathon, and this one is called The Lottery. Cleo at Bermuda's Bookworm has made that readathon. I will link it down below. I always like game nightathon, but I haven't had time to plan my TBR yet. So I don't know how many of these actually fit. And I have been doing terrible with readathons this year. I could only really participate in the ones that are just a weekend long, because otherwise I'm getting distracted and I'm just not doing it. So I will try my best, but I can't tell you which one of these actually would work for the readathon. But I highly recommend to check out her video and see if you can participate in December. We have a few categories of festive books in here. We have in-betweens. We have some spooky festive books. We have middle grade. We have picture books. We have classics. So let's get a move on. First, I'm going to talk about the books that to me are the ultimate transition. And that is Nightmare Before Christmas. So I have Zero's Journey. This has all the 20 comics in it. It looks very festive, but it also, a bit spooky still. I wanted to read these in October, didn't get to them, so I would like to get to them now. When Jack Skellington's faithful pet Zero get lost, the ghost pup must get the help of the residents of Christmas Town to find his way home. Sounds perfect. With Halloween plans on hold while Jack mounts a search, will they be reunited in time to save both holidays? At least Zero can't get into much trouble. That is very exciting to me. I also have Long Live the Pumpkin Queen by Shay Earnshaw. This is about what happens after the movie, so I'm excited. And then we kind of have a prequel with this graphic novel, The Battle for Pumpkin King. And apparently Jack and Oogie Boogie were best friends before. However, a competition about who gets to be Pumpkin King has divided them, and now they're enemies. These three all sound really good to me, so definitely be on the lookout for a Nightmare Before Christmas vlog. Then let's get into middle grades. I have the Santa List by Karen Crowley. Larissa gave this to me last year. So kind. This was in the Santa swap. So I definitely want to read this. It's Eileen and Joe are in serious trouble. Mr. Crouch, the strictest babysitter ever, has put them on the Santa's naughty list. They need to take action, otherwise they might be in for a Christmas with no presents. But as their attempts to change fate go from bad to worse, the unimaginable happens. Santa's nice list is lost. Have they just ruined Christmas for everyone? They're going to need a Christmas miracle. This sounds amazing. I finally bought a Ben Miller book. I have enjoyed Ben Miller during Christmas so much. His Christmas stories are very short, but he packs so much into them. And this is the only one I haven't read. However, I keep talking about him and just not owning a book. So I forced myself to wait until I bought the book. So this year I can finally read The Night I Met Father Christmas by Ben Miller. Jacksons know all about the flying reindeer, the elves, and the secret North Pole workshop, and the magic that allows Father Christmas to deliver presents around the world in just one night. But one thing he doesn't know is how did Father Christmas becomes Father Christmas. That all changes when one Christmas Eve, Jackson meets Father Christmas and hears his incredible story. It might not be what Jackson was expecting, but then no good story ever is. So I'm highly excited about this. This is very, very shiny. So yeah, it looks cute. It has snowflakes around the pages. It has chapter headings that are illustrated. This is illustrated. The Santa list also has illustrations. That is just the best thing about middle grades and getting in a festive mood. I'm very excited. But I have two more. We also have Stepfather Christmas. This is by L.D. Lipinski. This is the book club pick of A Pinch of Mischief book club. This is our December read. And the fun about this is it has 25 chapters. Intentionally made so you can read a chapter a day. I just need this. I just need it. It's 25 days until Christmas and Harper gets a surprise when Mom announced he's bringing her new boyfriend home for the holidays. Nick seems nice enough, but why do strange Christmassy things happen whenever he's around? Like snow falling only in the family's garden? Or rain suddenly appearing on the roof? Harper's convinced that Nick must be Father Christmas, and if her mom and older brother won't believe her, she'll just have to find a way to prove it. It sounds amazing. I like it. I'm excited. A lot of us are going to read it a chapter a day, so we're starting on the 1st of December for this one. And then I just could not leave Sprouts out. This is by Sibyl Pounder. This is the same author as Tinsel, and I loved Tinsel. This book got me confused for a while. Josephine found this very early, and it had a synopsis of the Krampus Alliance that I was very excited about. And then when we found this book later, there was nothing in the synopsis about the Krampus Alliance, and I was like, is this it was Sprouts, right? And Josephine just looked back at what she sent me as the first synopsis because we could not figure it out which book it was. And it turns out they changed the synopsis for this. But, I love Tinsel. Apparently there is a Krampus Alliance in it, although it's not said on the synopsis anymore. So I'm super hyped for this. And this is about having Christmas 365 days a year. And why that might not be such a good thing. So I'm excited. The inside looks gorgeous. It has Sprouts and candy canes on it. It has nothing on the hardback. In case you were wondering. And I believe that it has all the cute chapter headings. Oh, it starts with the Krampus code. See, there's Krampus in it. I love it. Yes, I'm very, very excited. But those were all the middle grades. However, I also do have 2 picture books, illustrated books. I have Winter Stories. I did start this last year. And I got this for in. But I would like to finish it this year because it's incredibly pretty. This is just a book you could put down as decor. It's amazing. And then I have another one. This is Somewhere in the Snow by Linda Faas. Linda Faas is the illustrator of Gozerd. So I'm hyped for this one. And Evka was so kind to send this to me last year for Christmas. And this is, it's almost Christmas. Everywhere in the city, people are in Christmas mood. So am I. Except for at Sophie's house. her father is way too busy, and there's a snowstorm, and in the center of it, there is a reindeer, and it's taking Sophie to the woods. And apparently Sophie gives it an ID. I can't wait because her illustrations are just gorgeous. This is the first one. And then you can just see I am going to have a good time with it. Then I do have some classics on the list. Hello! Yes, I do look different. The other footage that I had from the rest of this TBR is totally corrupted. I don't even know what happened. One part didn't have sound. Then there was this part that was just me frozen for the same frame. And then there was a whole part that wasn't even there. So we're refilming this because I'm pretty sure, you still want the other half of the TBR even if I'm dressed differently. So that's what we're doing today. Like I said, we do have some classics. I do still have the Carol's Christmas by Dickens. The Christmas Carols by Dickens. Oh boy. And I'm not sure if it is this book or, spoiler alert, the Nutcracker. One of these I started last year. Maybe I started both. I'm not even sure anymore. But I was not in the right mindset to do so. So I didn't get through. I didn't finish any of these. So they're on my TBR this year. First is the Christmas Carols. We all know the story. However, I've never read the original. I have this quilt-bound edition from Blossom Books. And it's in normal Dutch. Not Old Dutch, but nowadays Dutch. Which makes this way easier to read. It is also pretty. So that helps too. So I would like to get to this one this year. But mostly, even more, I would like to get to the Nutcracker. Because I kind of like the Nutcracker. I like the movies that are based on the Nutcracker, but I've never read the original story. But I would like to. So I think this is the highest priority classic on the list. This is a Penguin book classic. It does not have big print, which I'm fine. I'm totally fine with audiobooking the original. I just want to get the story and see or hear the original story or read it. And then, this is not a classic. However, it's Midnight in Everwood by Emma Kusnier. Barbara kindly gifted this to me last Christmas. Look how stunning that is. This is a Nutcracker retelling. Really wanted to do a Nutcracker vlog last year. Didn't get to it. And Barbara thought, let's, make it happen. Send her a Nutcracker book. So I want to make this happen next year. This year. I just really want to make this happen this year. This is about Marielle Stella in Nottingham, 1906. She longs to be a ballerina, but as Christmas draws nearer, her dancing days are numbered. She must marry and take up her place in the society in the new year. But when a mysterious toy maker, Dr. Drosselmeyer, purchases a neighboring townhouse, it heralds the arrival of magic and wonder in Marietta's life. After Drosselmeyer constructs an elaborate theatrical set for her final ballet performance, on Christmas Eve, Marietta discovers it carries a magic all of its own. A magic darker than anyone could imagine. As the clock chimes midnight, Marietta finds herself transported from her family's ballroom to a frozen sugar palace. Are you sure that's dark magic? Because, no, I'm not gonna lie, kinda sounds like the dream come true. Silent with secrets in a forest of snow-topped fair trees. Still, sound great, right? She must find a way to return home before she's trapped in Everwood enchanting grip forever. Are you sure you want to? This just sounds great to me. This sounds perfect. It needs to happen this year. I really, really want to. And then I also have the Penguin book of Christmas stories. This is short stories. I've read the first one. No, I don't think I even got to it. I wanted to read the first one last year, but didn't get to it. I'm not planning to read all the stories this year, but I would like to get to one or two. And then, keep revisiting this book every year. For Christmas, read one or two stories. I think that would be great. This is another Penguin Classics clothbound book. Let's go into a bit more spooky Christmas books. There are two more on the list. Let's go with the classic first. This is Gothic Christmas stories. They're short stories. Again, this is a chunker. It's a collection. I am not planning to read them all. However, there are some very interesting names in this one. The Ghost of Christmas Eve by J.M. Barrie. That is the one that wrote Peter Pan. So, intrigued. Then there is The Kid Bag by Egerton Blackwood. I enjoyed the Wendigo by him so incredibly much. That is one I definitely need to read. That is probably going to be the highest priority in this book, if I'm going to be honest. And then there are two more Charles Dickens stories. The Haunted Man and the Ghost Bargain, which title sounds great. The Story of the Goblin Who Stole a Sexton. Again, great title, both by Charles Dickens. And there are some by Mr. R. James. That is another Gothic horror writer I'm very interested in. And he has A Whistle and I Come to You, My Lad, and The Story of a Disappearance and Appearance in it. So, very interesting names. You bought me this last Christmas. So, I really want to read a story out of it. Again, nobody has to buy me anything. Please don't feel obligated. Now, I've talked about all these amazing books that people send me. Please don't feel obligated to send me some. You don't have to. It's not necessary. It is very much appreciated though. I love these people for doing it. Thank you to all of them. It made my year. But please don't feel like you're obligated to. You're not. I still love you if you don't send me stuff. Just drop a like or a comment what you want to read. You can never have enough books on your TBR, right? Now, that makes me happy too. So, then the last book on my TBR is The Hunting Season. Again, a short story collection. And I don't know, why do I have so many short stories for Christmas? Short stories is... I'm not vibing very well with short stories. I do like some, but it's harder for me. I did read the first one in this last year. It was fine. Not great. Also didn't hate it. And then I would like to read at least one this year. And I don't even know how to say it, but this one is the next one. So I believe that leads me, because I've, halfway into, or three. That leads me to 13 books. Something like that. Which is an amount I haven't read in a whole month this year. But I'm feeling the festive vibes. I'm very excited about all of these. So at least we are going to try. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more Christmas chaos from me. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, nerds.